Hi all, so welcome to this channel, and in today's video session I'll discuss the difference between SYSROUTINE versus SYSPROCS versus SYSPUNCS catalog tables which are available in DB2 AS400. So let's move on to the demo. So we have first thing SYSROUTINE. So it's a catalog table which is available in the QSys2 library. Now let's check for SYSPROCS. This too available in QSys2 library, and it's LF, that's a view, and then SysPunks. So it's also an LF, and you can say it's a view, and they are basically present in the QSys2 library provided by IBM. Now if I do find the relation between these three, so if I do DSP DBR on SYSROUTINE, I'll find all the logicals based upon this. So if I check, I can see SysFuncs and SysProcs are basically the logical files of the SYSROUTINE. So basically they are dependent upon SYSROUTINE. So SYSROUTINE is the main table, and these two are the logical or a view based upon that SYSROUTINE. So whatever information there in the SysFuncs or SysProcs would be available in the SYSROUTINE. So let's see what all information is available in SysFuncs and what all information is available in the SysProcs, and how they both are different with each other, that is SysFuncs and SysProcs, and how they both relate to the SYSROUTINE table. So let's have a look. So select star from qsys2.sysfuncs. Sysfuncs. So basically this is a catalog view which contains the information of the functions, either an SQL function or an external function created by the user. So let's check for any function which is present on library test. We can see there are many functions available. So these are the functions which you can find are present or created inside this library. This is the specific name which is always unique. This is the routine schema, and this is the function name which can be seen. You can see the routine name for add. You can see add have different name functions, but they all have add name. But here you can see they have the different unique name. The creation date, routine definer profile, and you can see they are actually, this one is the SQL one and this one is the external one. You can find here which name here, which is basically the calling. So they are calling this service program and this procedure one present in this library. You can find the information like this, and further information whether it is deterministic, SQL data access. So all this information can be available from SysFuncs catalog view. So basically SysFuncs contains the information about the SQL functions or the external functions which are created by you. So you can find the information of the functions if you are looking. So they are available in the qsys2.sysfuncs view. So you can directly check in this view. Now let's move on to the SYSPROCS. So if I do the same thing and I would check for the, so this table, you can say this view is basically contains the information about the procedures, SQL procedure, which you basically call the stored procedures. So either they are SQL ones or they are external ones. I already created many tutorial videos on SQL functions, SQL table functions, and scalar functions, and on the SQL procedures. Um, in the later time, or in future, or in some time, you can say, I'll also create the videos on the SQL external functions or external table functions, and and the external procedures soon. So let me tell you. So this table is basically contains the procedure information. So you can see this q plus 10. So these are all stored procedures which are present here in this table. Whose entry are there here. So you can see this is the unique name, and this is the procedure name, and all such information, they all are the SQL one. There is no external one. If they were external, you will be seeing external here. And yes, the main difference here is whenever you create an SQL function, that basically they in that case a service program gets created in case of SQL function, not external one. External function can call an program or can call a procedure. So in that way it differs from each other. Basically, if it's an external, it can have the calling of the program directly, or it can have the calling of the function. So it can be it can be a program, or it can be a service program, that case. So basically, let me tell you, in case of external functions, what I'm saying, that external functions or external procedures, they won't have the objects exist in this one, but they don't have the objects exist in the IBMI. So if you create SQL function and SQL procedure, whether it's an SQL table function, you have the object existed in your library. But in case of external function or external procedure, you don't have that object of the procedure, external procedure or external function, but you can have the object of the program which you are calling from, or the service program procedure which you are calling from the function or the procedure. So here you can see, um, the stored procedures created are actually program type, and the functions created are of type service program, because they actually call the service program and then in bracket the procedure name. So here you won't see that, you are seeing the programs. So this is the difference here, and it has all such information about the procedures, whether it is modifying or accessing data, path information, and every other information you can get from this view regarding the procedures. Now we have got to know about the sysfuncs and SYSPROCS functioning, and what they provide, what information they provide to us. Now let's move on to the sysroutine. So now SYSROUTINE is basically the main table, which is, and these two table views are dependent upon that. So we have information of sys functions and in the sysfuncs, and we have information of the procedure in these sysprocs. But can I get the information of both functions and procedures from sysroutine? So I would say yes. So in sysroutine we can get every information, whether it's a function or it's a procedure. So that's a benefit for us. So if your application wants to know um, that whether it's a function or it's a procedure, so you don't need to query in sysfuncs or sys procedure, sysprocs separately. You can directly query on the sysroutine, and you can get the information whether it's a procedure or it's an SQL function. So let me show you sysroutines. So you can see all these information of the sysroutine. Let's move forward. So here we can see these are the functions and these are the stored procedures. So you are getting all the information of a SQL function, external function, SQL procedure, SQL stored procedure, or a table function as well. This is the routine name. Now there is a column routine type, whether it's a function or it's a procedure. So you can see it's a procedure, so you can directly query onto this table and you can get the information whether it's a procedure or it's a function, and every other information is same as what you're getting in SYSPROCS and SYSFUNCS separately. I'm just doing Shift F8 to move forward and showing you the data. Let's move by 100. That's a long field. Let me select. So it's an SQL path, it's signature, a pass. You can select all these fields. So these are basically what you are seeing here, which are the properties of a function or an SQL procedure. You can get all these information. So you can see all these information in params, out params, in out params, function origin, function type, SQL. So it's an SQL function, is a table function. So all such information you can get from here. Every information is available on this SYSROUTINE, and you can get the separate information of a function in SysFuncs and of a procedure in SysProcs. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.